So it comes from our peak in 2013 to where we bottomed 2015 up to the peak in December 2017, and you can see this center line of this pitchfork. We found support on it. As soon as we broke support, we capitulated and we came down. This same center line was resistance and support. This same center line, when we broke support of this line, we capitulated down to 3K, from 6K to 3K. We moved up, found resistance on this center line. We moved up to the next line, found support on the same center line here. As soon as we broke it, we capitulated and came down. And then when we pushed up, where was our resistance? This center line. This center line has been a key line for the price of Bitcoin going all the way back to our previous bear market. You can see we continue to go down, continue to go down. This was the next ring from my capitulation ring right here. We pushed up it, we came down a little bit, and we started pushing up. So just according to this chart, if we push up, I'm looking at a target of 12,000. If you're bullish, you expect this to go up. Your first resistance, guys, look at this line. You can see how price is respected. This yellow line going all the way back. Support, resistance, support and resistance. Break it, you come down. Support and resistance, you break it, you come down. Same thing, you move up, you find resistance at it. So if we push up, 12,000 is the point where, you know, if it does push up that high, that's where I'm going to sell, because I expect us to get a retrace to come back down. If we get above that, I get a lot more bullish that we can go higher, because the next line above is up here. That'd be putting in a higher high than our previous, you know, local high back here around 14,000. But again, you know, we have to get above this line. So, you know, that's this chart. Again, guys, you can watch the video on the capitulation chart. But, you know, I just want to show you one other way to look at this. So let me just get rid of everything on this chart. So, you know, predicting the top here, you know, if you just come from this point down to this point, you can see the 0.618 was pretty much where we got topped out. And then we started moving down, and then we found support down here on the 0.236, and then started moving back up. You can see we're getting resistance right now on the 0.382. So, you know, one way to look at this, and if we do a trend line, let's go from right here, and let's just go from the peaks, and by the way, I'm in log scale. You know, this is our support right now. So if we break this support, guys, we're coming down. But let me just get this to where it matches up. Let me get this right on the tip here. So again, if we push up, you know, right here is 11,391, and coincidentally, you know, before I removed everything on the chart, you know, that resistance line I gave you was around 12,000. So the top of this trend line right here is pretty much around, this is 11,582, but that's pretty close to that center yellow line I just showed you. So if we push up, you know, look for this to be a potential point. If we break above that, that's why I was saying that's very bullish, because we're breaking out of this larger structure. Again, it shows the significance of that yellow line. That's even if we make it above this point. We can continue down, and if we break below, you know, if we drop down sooner, you know, you're looking at 7,200. If we move sideways, you're out here, you're looking at 8,400. But I believe if we break this support, we're coming way down. You know, we can come back over here. If we take another trend line, and we come from the top, and we just go like this. So this is what I'm saying right here. I mean, if we do, let's do a fib retracement. See what happened. We were topped out here. We came down. This is the 0.768, or I'm sorry, the 0.786. We came down. We found resistance. We dropped below. Then we came up, we found resistance right here at the 0.618. And then we came all the way down here, hit support right here. This same trend line is support. We found support on it, we moved up. Where do we move up? Almost back to the 0.618. And then we got rejected, came back down. Then we had one more push up to the top of this trend line before we finally broke, you know, we broke out of this and started coming down. So if you look at this, there's some similarities here. I mean, this was, you know, a steeper incline. This is the same thing, just stretched out over a longer period of time. You know, and this is what I was talking about, that fractal. If you watch that video about the Bitcoin bubble, you know, this is our resistance. You came down, you hit support, you came up, you found resistance. So I'm saying that this part right here, this is the same thing as this. And if you look at it, if you zoom in, you see we pushed up, we came back down, we came up this, you know, this one we came up to the 0.5, and then you come down, and where does it come right up to? Right to the 0.618, the 0.618, just like in the previous bear market. We topped out here, and we came down. And we came down more, we came up, we found resistance at the 0.382, we came back down. We're trying to get above it, so if we can't get above that, guys, we're coming back down. If we break the support, we're coming down a lot more. I'm just saying, if this plays out like this played out over here, let me get rid of this, we still have a lot more to come down. You know, from this point to this point is a 76% drop. So, you know, if we do push up higher and we go sideways and we drop 76% from this point, you know, 76% takes you down to, you know, $2,300. And let's see if there's actually a support level here. You know, so potentially, you know, there's a lot of support here, support and resistance around 2,957. You go below that, you're looking at potentially 1,800. You know, because previous resistance and support is usually where that, you know, that target would be. Let me pull this out and just see how much, see if this matches up. Again, guys, it's all connected. So you can see this. I'm gonna move this back just so you can see where it's at. I'm gonna keep this line right here. But you can see that this 3.618, that right there gave us perfect resistance. This part where we dropped down and we got caught in this formation here. So this was our support, this was our resistance, you know, and this was part of a fib retracement from our previous bear market. You know, as soon as we broke above that, we pushed up, hit the top of this triangle, and then we moved back down, hit support. So again, guys, if we push above 11,299 or around there, according to this chart, you know, I get bullish, then yeah, then we start going higher, and then the bull run started. You know, if we can't make it above that, then we're still in a bear market, and we're coming back down. We might get one more chance, who knows, we'll see what happens, but this is the ultimate support. We break this, we're coming down, and I'm just saying there's so much similarities when you compare this current bear market to our previous bear market. A lot of people think that this section right here is this section right here. I'm telling people that this right here is this right here. This is a much larger, there's so much more money invested. There's it's just it's taking a lot longer to play out. That's why people are thinking that all of this is this, and I just think everybody has, this is that center line, and this kind of goes along with the top. Actually, let's just do that again. You know, before we hit that point, I think we'll get rejected around potentially, you know, 11,000 if we do push up. So, you know, 11,000, we make above that, you still are going to find resistance here, but then you might come down, find support, and then we push up higher. You know, that's when I get bullish. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, we're still in a bear market, and I do believe that what's playing out right now is the same thing that played out here. So we'll just have to pay